It's quiet again. Too quiet. The kind of silence that makes your thoughts louder than they should be. You wake up, but it doesn't feel like progress anymore. It just feels repetitive. Your body is tired. Not just physically, but mentally. You've been showing up for days now, and yet nothing dramatic has changed. No big results, no sudden breakthroughs, just the same desk, the same books, the same early morning cold wrapping around you like it's testing your patience. And for a second, you question everything. What if this isn't working? What if I'm just wasting time? You look around and there's no one there. No one clapping, no one reminding you why you started, no one checking if you actually did the work. And that's when it hits you. The dangerous thought, if no one's watching, does it even matter? That's where most people slip. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. They start skipping, delaying, telling themselves they'll do it later, and slowly, they disappear from their own goals. But this moment right here, this is where everything is decided. Because Sankalpa, real determination, isn't about being seen. It's not about recognition, validation, or external pressure. It's about a promise you made to yourself. And promises like that, they don't need an audience. They need integrity. Anyone can work hard when people are watching, when there's pressure, when there's accountability. But the real test, the one that defines your future, is what you do when it's just you. No supervision, no reward, no immediate consequence. Because doing the work when no one is watching, that's where identity is built. That's where you stop being someone who tries and start becoming someone who is. You don't rise because someone told you to. You rise because you decided to, even when it's invisible, even when it feels pointless. Especially then. There's a quiet phase in every journey that no one talks about, a phase where nothing feels exciting anymore, where progress is too slow to notice, where every day blends into the next. This is the phase where excellence is being built, but it doesn't look like excellence. It looks like boredom, the same chapters, the same revisions, the same mistakes corrected over and over again. Your brain fights it. It wants something new, something stimulating, something easier. But mastery doesn't come from constant stimulation. It comes from sustained attention. And attention is something most people can't hold for long. That's why they quit. Not because they lack ability, but because they can't sit still enough to let the process work. But if you stay, if you endure the boredom without escaping it, something shifts, slowly, subtly. The resistance fades, the work becomes lighter, not easier, but more familiar. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop asking, "Do I feel like it?" and start saying, "This is what I do." That's flow, not the kind that feels intense or exciting, but the kind that feels steady, grounded, controlled. Time starts to blur, distractions lose their grip, and you find yourself deep in the work, not because you forced it, but because you stayed long enough for your mind to settle. This is what the outside world doesn't see. They see results. They see ranks, scores, achievements, but they don't see these hours, these silent repetitions, these moments where you chose discipline over comfort again and again. That's the real work, the invisible work, and it's the only work that matters. Because when no one is watching, you reveal who you really are. Not the version of you that performs, not the version of you that seeks approval, but the version that operates in truth. And if you can build discipline in that space, in silence, in solitude, then nothing external can shake you. Not pressure, not fear, not even failure. Because your foundation isn't built on attention, it's built on consistency. Now, let's bring this down to something practical, because this isn't just philosophy. This is something you can apply today.